Hey everybody, day 9 is all about equivalencies, and equivalencies are all about balance. Is it balanced or is it not balanced? So if we talk about these vocabulary terms on day 9, we see a whole lot of equal symbols, not equal symbols, and equations. And an equal symbol, as you all know, means that the values on either side are equivalent. That means it's balanced. If it's not equal, we use this symbol, and that means that the values on either side are not equivalent, not balanced. And in an equation is a mathematical sentence using the term equal or unequal. So here's some examples. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 8 equals 5 plus 3. 4 plus 3 equals 9 minus 2. Or 8 is not equal to 4 times 3. All of those are equations. And then we have an expression. And an expression is very similar to an equation, except it doesn't use an equal sign. So it's a representation of a quantity, an amount. It contains numbers, variables, computational operation symbols like plus or minus or divided by. It does not have an equal symbol. So for example, 5, it could just be 5, or it could be 4 plus 3, or 8 minus 2, or 2 times 7, or 6 plus blank. Those are all expressions because they don't say what it equals. So we think of this balance, right? If we were to balance this out, I'm going to write some numbers in there and I want you to think on what would balance it. So if I wrote down 2 plus, we're going to start really easy, 2 plus 2 on this side. We know 2 plus 2 is 4. So for this to balance, here's the fulcrum right here, where it pivots, okay? We need this side to equal the same as this side. So how else can we make 4? Well, we could do 2 plus 2 again, but if I said you have to use the number 4, 4 plus, it has to be 0 to make this side 4. So that's called a balanced equation. This whole thing is the equation. And this equal sign is, think about where the balance sits. It's on the fulcrum, the point. This side has to balance with this side. That was a lot of circling, but I know you get it. So if down here, I'm gonna challenge you. It has to balance, okay? So it has to stay just like this, and I'm gonna give you some numbers that you need to put in here. We've got plus and plus, so it's the same operation, but this side I want you to write a 6 in this box, and on this side I want you to write a 3. You choose the missing numbers, but you have to make it balance. So you could really put anything in this first box. 6 plus will go with 5. And then all you really need to do is find the total of this side of the equation. So 6 plus 5 we know is 11, which means we need to make this side equal to 11. So we would, in this box, we would write an 8. And that's how you balance an equation. So take a look at my board here. Again, an equation is the whole thing with the answer included, with the equal sign. 4 plus 3 equals 7. That's an equation. It equals something. Equation equals something. But an expression basically just includes the first part or the last part, but it can't have both altogether, or else that would be an equation. So an expression would just be 4 plus 3. Now, down at the bottom here is what we've had kind of trouble with throughout the year. And we need to start seeing this as a balance. So wherever the equal sign is, or sometimes it's missing and you have to be the one to write equal or not equal, we need to think of this as a balance. So if you want to, wherever the equal sign is, you can draw that fulcrum, that triangle, and you can draw that balance in there to make it even or not even. So we know that 4 plus 3, again, we have to look at each side separately. 4 plus 3 is 7. So we know that this side is 7. What about this side, 5 plus 6? That's 11. So this scale is not balanced. 7 is not equal to 11. So we use this symbol, this unequal symbol. 7 is not equal to 11. So that's one example of what you might see or what you might be asked to do. Take a look at this bottom one here. Again, we've got 4 plus 3. We know that's 7. And we know that it's equal to this side. Okay, we are told that it's equal. We don't have to find out if it's equal or not. What do we have to do is we have to make it equal. 7 is equal to 5 plus something. We have to find out what's missing. We have to make these sides equal. We know this side is 7, and we know 7 is always equal to 7. So this side must equal 7, but how do we get there? 5 plus what? Well, we know that is 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. So we have this equation right here. 4 plus 3 equals 5 plus 2. That's how we would read it, and that's how we would solve it. All right, I'm going to hit pause. All right, so you've got quite a bit of practice here on the next page, but just remember, both sides of the equal sign or the not equal sign need to be either balanced if it's equal or not balanced if it's unequal. So you've got a lot of just true and false, or find out which ones are true, or find out which ones are equal, or whatever the question is. Okay, take your time through this. We're going to go over these answers here. As soon as you're ready, you can hit play and you can check your answers here. And then I'm going to explain this sort. Okay, so take a look at these practice problems. Take your time going through them, and come on back when you're ready to look at the answers. If you're having some trouble, I did number 1, and I'll walk you through how I did it so that we can get on the right track here. So here's how I do this. Which of the following statement is true? I look at each one and find out which ones are true. If it's true, I circle it. If it's not true, I cross it off. So 2 plus 9 is equal to 7 plus 4. I know that 2 plus 9 is 11, which means this side should also be 11. 7 plus 4. That is 11 because I know 7 plus 3 is 10. So I know 11 is equal to 11. I go back to my symbol and make sure it says equal. It does, so I know this is a correct option, a true statement. Then I go to B. 2 plus 5 is equal to 8 plus 3. I know this is going to get a little bit sloppy here. I know 2 plus 5 is 7, and 8 plus 3 is not 7. That's also 11, just like 7 plus 4. So then I go back to my symbol. It says equal. Is 7 equal to 11? No. So that is false, so I cross it off. So that's how I go through these. Take your time. Do it one by one. You got all kinds of time today. All right, it's rainy outside. You don't have many big plans. So take your time, work through it slowly, and come on back when you want to find the answers. All right, click pause. All right, y'all. So I finished this one up. Which of the following statements are true? 2 plus 9 equals 7 plus 4 is true because both sides are equal to 11. So I circled that one. Here's why the other ones are not true, though. Because 2 plus 5 is 7. 8 plus 3 is 11. 7 is not equal to 11, so that is false. So I cross it off. But watch these ones, the not equal ones. What does that say? That says 11 plus 3 is not equal to 7 plus 7. So I know 11 plus 3 is 14. So I did the one side. Now I had to go to the other side. 7 plus 7, that's also 14. 14 is not equal to 14. That sounds crazy. That's false. Because 14 is equal to 14. So I know that's also false. I don't get tripped up because it's a not equal equation. If it's false, it's false. If it's true, it's true. All right. Number 2, you had 2 true statements. This one here and this one here. Again, remember, guys, if I make a mistake, let me know so I can fix it and so that you can share with your classmates so that nobody gets confused because I make mistakes. Number 3, if the sum is 15, what is the equation? So you have to find the one that equals 15. 4, which statement is true? Again, true is true, false is false. Number 5, select the statements that are true. Okay, you've got multiple statements that are true. A is true, B is false, and C is true, and D is false. Why is A true? Because 13 is not equal to 11 plus 2. I think I'm wrong. 13 is not equal to 11 plus 2. Yeah, we need to change that, don't we? Sorry, I got confused there for a second. Let's do number 5 here together. 13 is not equal to 11 plus 2. I know 13 is 13. 11 plus 2 is 13. So 13 is not equal to 13. That's false. Cross that one off. B, 11 plus 4 is equal to 15. Is that true? 11 plus 4 is 15. 15 equals 15. Yeah, that's true. C, 9 plus 4 equals 6 plus 7. Let's do this side first. 9 plus 4 is 13. And 6 plus 7 is 13. Is 13 equal to 13? Yeah. How about letter D? 16 equals 5 plus 7. I know 5 plus 7 is 12. 16 equal 12? No. Whew. Good thing I caught that one. So we've got B and C as correct answers here. Number 6. A, 8 plus 9 is equal to 12 plus 5 because they equal the same thing. 7, which statement is true? We had letter B. 8, letter B. 9, you had 1, 2, 3 true statements. And number 10, which equation does not have a sum of 14? Is D. All right, I'm going to pause this. We're going to go over the next activity for you. You have an equal or not equal sort. All right, so pretty simple here. I want you to go through all these facts, all these equations. I want you to balance it out. Or actually, you're not balancing it out. You're deciding whether it is balanced or not balanced. So for example, 3 plus 4 blank, 7 plus 3. Okay, you have to tell me if it's equal or not equal. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Is that equal or not equal? Well, it's not equal. So here's what we do with that. We're going to write that equation on either this side that says equal or this side that says not equal. I think it's not equal, so we're going to write it here. We're going to write 3 plus 4. Oh my goodness. 3 plus 4 is not equal to 7 plus 3. Okay, pretty simple. Click pause, finish them up, come on back for your answers. Work hard. All right, I spared you the disgrace of watching me write these in the correct column. So what I did is I just wrote the symbol. I trust you to move it into what column, wherever it belongs. So go ahead and double check your answers here. I think I'm right. I did it kind of quickly. So double check your answers. You can write them up in the correct column if it were equal or not equal equations. And we can move on to day 10, okay, adding and subtracting fractions. So whenever you're done, go ahead and make any corrections you need to make, or let me know if I need to make any corrections. Great work today. Again, equivalencies, as long as you can remember that it has to balance. If you're finding what the missing number is, it has to balance, or you just have to make it true. Whether it says equal or not equal, you have to make it true. All right, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.